A mercenary? Who the fuck are you? Von Gortan. I thought Gortan was like one of the few names I actually recognize out of the ones I'm supposed to. Apparently I've never met you before.
What is it? We're not supposed to speak with the citizens.
Yeah, well, maybe if you could drop the fucking attitude, I'd be nice to you. But no, now I'm just gonna be a dick. But first, a little bit of casual conversation. Whitestone.
Same as any place else, in my opinion. I just stick to the job. Guard, train, and rough up anyone who gets in the way of the mayor's plans.
What a weird voice for a guy like you. It's genuinely, like, normally I'm like, freaked out by the fact that elves always have just the most childish of voices. Or just strange and unfitting for their sort of design or whatever the fuck. But this voice actually has a weird amount of character. Maybe it's just because I think it's a voice we haven't heard before so far in the game, and that's fucking rare. It genuinely seems to just repeat voices all the damn time. This guy feels pretty fresh to me. Von.
Nothing to tell, really. My wife and I lived in Ruthere, until we had to take work elsewhere. She in the army and me with this rough outfit. I hate being apart.
Then go the fuck home, dude, because your family sucks now. Crystal War.
Let's say, it's an unfortunate affair. I don't foresee anyone coming out the better for it. I only hope that many return from the front lines unharmed.
Von, I don't know how to tell you this. Well, mainly by clicking the option. That's how I tell you this, but that's beside the point. Joanne Gortan has died.
Joanne? You mean my wife has died? I knew she sailed for Cluricon, but we got so little news here in Apatir. I told her the war wouldn't last. I insisted. And as usual, I was wrong. My wife was beautiful. She deserved better. I only wish I could have given it to her. I only wish I could have been there for her in the end. Thank you for telling me.
Tell me about your wife, buddy.
Joanne never wanted children. She said it was too harsh a world for young ones. Said we should use our lives to make a difference. I have to believe she was right. The army rejected me.
Except now you're alone forever.
So I came here to make extra coin while Joanne was away. To wait for her. Now it seems I'll wait forever.
Nothing more useful in war and in the fucking heat of battle than your goddamn toes, apparently. If anything, it would probably be more useful to have missing toes. Especially if you, like, kept those toes that you lost throughout the fucking years. Like, you could use them as distractions. I mean, I'm sure they'd make a pretty damn good noise if you threw them against a wall and distracted a guard. I'm sure if, like, in the heat of battle, you threw some toes at a man right out of your pockets, like, right into his face, that would be a pretty damn good stunning mechanism. I know I would be pretty fucking stunned if toes entered my eyes out of nowhere. But fine. Clearly the fucking Alfar army has no idea what it's doing, and they should just let me take over all the time. And I would cut off the toes of every single one of our new recruits. Yeah, I don't think that would go all that well, to be honest. There we go. Oh, excuse me, that was gross. Let me take a quick, big sippy. And I might need to take another break real quick just to, blow the ever-loving fuck out of myself, and by that I mean blow my nose until there is nothing left to blow, because otherwise I might die. Oh, wait a minute. This is where I need to plant the last reagent. At last! This fucking mission we have probably had for the longest time out of all our missions ever is finally over. Oh, and the one thing I'm supposed to be doing is reading a fucking contract board. I thought I was gonna be excited. I thought there was actually interesting shit going on. Fuck you, game. And I hate when the missions just finish just like that, as if they were nothing. I don't even think we got any XP. Why was I doing all of that? The Bone Wall. The Boner Wall. It's full of glory holes. The government of Whitestone is always seeking help securing the peace. If you'd like to earn some extra gold by hunting down a wanted bandit, take one of these contracts. Also, I'm just gonna kill the biggest arsehole of each one. But isn't the mayor mandating this? Whatever, if it's free XP, I'm taking it. We'll do a lot of man-dating for that mayor, or with that mayor, and date his men, and also him. Grund Dokkalfar, his name's Grund, I'm basically put him out of his misery with a name like that anyway, and his cousins have made a crooked living attacking and looting gnome shipments from Odessa. If you're looking to score some quick coin, you could raid the Dokkalfari family mine, ending the raids, and the Dokkalfari. This is bad, isn't it? I'm literally just committing genocide on these dudes. This is straight up murdering an entire family because of the sins of one, or the sins of the few. Oh, I feel bad. Kidnappers and black marketers. The Sinric family has played the government of Whitestone, both past and present. Now with the Gnomes gone, the Sinrics have taken over much of Apatir. Do the right thing, and you'll get paid. And lastly, the Zungar family. No criminal in the history of Apatir has terrorized the populace like Feld Zungar. His group of murderers and thugs are no longer satisfied to live on the fringes of society. Now they wish to overthrow the law in Whitestone altogether. Help the good folk of Apatir and kill the Zungars! To be honest, the Zungar shaft? Are you fucking serious? You can just call them all mines? You had to think up different fucking words for every time and you landed on shaft? For fuck's sake, at least go with chasm. Okay, that isn't all that much better. Are you someone actually worth talking to? Normally anyone right next to the fucking board actually has things to say, and you are no different.
Normally I'd be seeking help with some of our mercenary contracts, but it looks like you've collected all of them already.
Yes, I know. Terrifying, aren't I? You've really got nothing. Okay, she does have things to say. Tell me about Whitestone.
I don't know much about it. Mayor Eswin brought me and Bjorn down first, out of Ironfast Keep. The pay is weak, but so is the enemy. If I were you, I'd stay in town, avoid the wastes. The desert is crawling with kobolds, and just about every human you find out there is going to want a piece of you.
I know, that tends to happen wherever I go. I assume it's just my sheer sexual energy. Unlike you. But yeah, the Warsworn. Is every single mercenary here also Warsworn? I highly doubt it. No, it said Bjorn. Bjorn also is, and I guess he's the only other half-decent one. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that they're all Warsworn. And I guess they're just following orders. Because there is no fucking honor in this beautiful fucking group of lads anymore, and I'm so sad about it.
You'll have to talk to Mayor Eswin about the Scorias. He asked us to focus on the other families first.
Are they going to be the final boss of all incestuous fucking monstrosities? Or is he actually working with the Scorias? Maybe that's why he's so corrupt. He chose one arsehole family over all the others, and he's making sure they win. Lyanna's dance.
So you've been talking to Bjorn, have you? I'm not that interested in the Warsworn stories. I much prefer
Then why even become Warsworn, you arsehole? What, because you're ever so slightly jacked? Just join any other mercenary team. Bono
Wall is where we post bounties and contracts. I'm sure you can guess how it got its name.
Yes, I've already said it's all the fucking glory holes, obviously. Apatir mining families.
Not a weakling in the bunch. Every one of them with a thirst for combat. They'd kill you for a single coin. In a way, it's almost impressive. The Zungars
almost as
worst,
terrifying as me.
But the Darkvari and Sinrics aren't much better. Don't worry about the Scorias. They're everywhere, but harmless. Like roaches.
Only harmless because it seems the mayor hasn't pissed them off yet. I only just noticed that this shit is in alphabetical order. Has it always been this way with every single fucking conversation? Oh, I might be the biggest moron of all time. I have to check now. I have to check with literally everyone. Whitestone is always at the bottom. Oh my god. I was always wondering because I was always like, it seems like the most important stuff. It tends to be somewhere in the middle as opposed to right at the bottom or right at the top. And it always seemed to be that way. And yes, it's just because that's where the alphabet happens to put it, for fuck's sake. Oh, I'm not smart. I am not smart at all.
The Zungars killed the first group of mercenaries that Eswin hired. Raided Whitestone the very next day. We've held them off for a while now. But they're tough, even for Warsworn.
I can't kill more Warsworn? Oh, wait, no, you mean they're tough even for people like you. Okay, fair enough. I mean, every other Warsworn I've met has been just ever so slightly pathetic, so I'm not really surprised. Gwyn is the only other half-decent one I think we've come across. And I mean, whenever she's helping us out in combat, I don't think I've ever even allowed her to land a shot before I've ended everything. So there isn't really a way to tell. She's just kind of a badass, and she's pretty, and that's all that matters.
The Darkvari are a miserable lot. But don't let the rags and rusty daggers fool you. What they lack in skill, they make up for in brute force.
They don't lack in skill, they ambush me hard. They literally just blinked out of thin air. That takes some fucking skill. Or poor coding.
The
Cynric.
are handsome boys, despite their ways. They always give me a smile from afar. Too scared to get close.
So all the others you were saying about how absolutely terrifying they are, all the horrible tactics I need to watch out for. And with the Cynrics, you just let your vagina do all the talking, did you? The different pair of lips. Okay, gross. I hate the fact I said that, but whatever, let's make our way in. Why are there two different entrances up here? Can I jump down from above to them? I don't know, this isn't quite connected yet. Those are just kobolds. That's a snake-tail grotto, that is the Zungar Shaft! Which apparently doesn't even lead to terminating these. What the fuck's going on? Maybe there are two entrances to said shaft? I don't know. Who the fuck is Argine? I guess Argine or Argine. Argine sounds way better. Is part of Edessa, at least right outside of it. And Suncamp's all the way over here. There's so much going on in Appleton, man. Like, way more than all the other areas in, Jesus, you terrified me. Way more than all the other areas in the tier combined, as far as I can tell. The Whitestone Passage. Why does it think I'm over here? Why does it think I'm by the fucking Travelers suddenly? Why did you teleport me, game? Whatever. There's a hidden door right here, which you don't seem to give a single fuck about me completely plundering. Alright, what a great guy. Please tell me you can't see me. It would be absolutely insane, but please. Oh, come on. Oh, it's working. We're going to have to stay here for a very, 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 very long time. But I will loot your pile of diarrhea if it's the last thing I ever do. Come on. Which it probably will be. I'm going to get a lot of disease from this. A tiny amount of money and a gold nugget I'm not even taking. Great, that was worth it, wasn't it? Okay, can I get through? Let's probably just use... Ah! That was orgasmic! That's a starstone, which is actually pretty good. I'm amazed you didn't see me because I didn't actually mean to take that. I was trying to just leave and come back for it later, but the gods smile upon me today! Jesus! Can I talk to you? Are you a special god? No, you are not. Are your books in any kind of way interesting? No, you are not. The trees are horrible fucking tentacle monsters that blatantly have arms. Nice, nice. I like your taste in art, you fucking monstrosity. We can go out here if we want to. I think I'm gonna check upstairs first, though. The more I can rob you, the better. You get to learn quite a lot about people when you're taking everything they've ever fucking loved. I'm gonna take a big sippy. Oh, come on, I was right there. Very easy. I genuinely find harder than actual hard sometimes. Because you have to travel such a large fucking distance. Because it makes you think that, oh, I'm right next to it. Like, I got right near the end before it started rattling. I must be, like, so very close. You move an inch, and you're just as fucked as before. You actually need to move, like, such a huge amount to get to where you need to be. And it's just confusing. The key to the mayor's cave. I don't even think it... Was that robbing you? No, that was looting. He wants me to find this fucking cave. Oh, I'm so getting smothered in there. Why are you doing this to me?
Stand right there. Let me take a look at you. Filthy, weary, lonely. But
the Holy Trinity.
That's for certain.
The sexy Trinity.
We don't see folks like you in Whitestone very often. I'm Mayor Eswin Elfhelm, and I'm the closest thing to a friend you've got around here.
I really expected to despise you. I expected you to be like the... Well, you are a snooty cunt, but I expected you to be like, I don't know, or like posh and nose constantly like raised above everyone else. Maybe the fact you're incredibly short helps with that. Like, you're the same size as me and everyone fucking towers above me in this game for some reason. Makes me think that there was a, like, height slider that I just never saw because I want to be a big boy. I'm an elf, but I'm, like, normally smaller than most humans, and it's sad. It's sad. But... who the fuck are you? Let me hate you, please. Tsungars. Now let's start with... what's a natural thing to start with? Let's ask about your lovely city.
This little town was the heart of the
town, whatever the fuck.
The engine that drove the rise of Edessa.
Really?
Business. Every boom is followed by the eventual bust. The gnomes moved out. With the gnomes went the gold. And with the gold went the jobs. Whitestone has been a shell of itself since. But I seek to change all that.
But the gnomes left recently. Unless gnomes live like 400,000 years, then this makes no sense. Like, I'm pretty sure that letter we found recently was signed by someone, a name we recognize, from the, like, mining site over in, I forget what it's called, the place we have been to before, like the Modus mining site that exists right now. But, no? Edessa is not a new city. Edessa is like an ancient... Like, gnomes are one of the older mortal races. They're not elder races like the Fae or anything like that, hence the fact that they fucking die. They squishy little baby boys. But... maybe it means Edessa has recently become amazing? Like, the economy just went through the fucking roof or something? I don't know, because this is not a new city. In any kind of way. This fucker's just lying to me and he looks so sad. I'm so sorry. Motus mining.
It's the only reason the gnomes ever graced it here with their presence. Normally they find the climate too dry. They like their beards curly. Motus mining settled Whitestone, built all the mines and relocated the families. Once they'd taken what they came for, they vanished almost overnight. Disgraceful.
Why didn't they at least give a reason? Because I don't even know the reason right now, but from how terrified they sounded, it sounded like there was a good reason. But I guess then they would have got sued to all goddamn fiery hell? Because if they're leaving, and they uncovered some kind of demonic fucking murder squad underground or whatever the hell, and they just told everyone who they just moved in that they now have to leave, and that the entire town needs to be nukified, yeah, I don't think people would be very happy. So, I can't say I blame them. They're still scum. They're not quite as scummy as they could have been. Tell me more about these gnomes.
Once the Terrenium ran out, they moved on. Gnomes don't care for the welfare of other races. They're hoping we'll kill each other off. Save them the trouble.
Probably not even wrong. Are they involved in the war at all? Because I feel like they could just fashion some kind of gun. They're gnomes, they smart. I have seen them use cogs and like those badass fucking potions and everything. They like to tinker. Hell, they brought me back from the dead. If we had the gnomes on our side, this war would have been over forever ago. Clearly the gnomes already got like contracts with the army because the army lets them take the dead bodies away, or at least they were for a while. So... I highly doubt they were just scavenging, like, ancient battlefields, because I'm looking pretty damn, well, pretty. I don't think I'm a rotting corpse. I know they sort of, like, rebuilt my body, but I mean, surely they would have just ended up rebuilding the rotting corpse, if that was the case. Zungas.
Quite a bit to convince me the Zongas weren't criminals from the start. It's probably no surprise the worst miners of Apotir make the best brigands.
Alright, well, let's ask about all three families. Let's now go to
Dokkalfar were hit hardest by Modus's relocation. The young men and women watched the elders and children waste away. Now they're all that's left. Sad story, isn't it? Doesn't excuse their lawlessness.
Dude, you jammed one in a box in the middle of town, and just you had everyone like poke him, just tickle him relentlessly. This isn't okay. Like, fucking hell. That is a sad story. Please stop locking up like the only dude left. Why don't you want him and Henry or whatever Henrid? Whatever her name was, I don't fucking know. Why don't you want them together? I can't even ask about that for some reason.
The Cineric boys think this is a game. They're laughing now, but we'll see how they like the taste of their own ruthlessness. They're the second oldest family.
I'm sure it's delicious.
And they're headed for a prison or the graveyard.
Doesn't seem like there's much of a difference in this fucking hellhole, but whatever. What do I mean by what will I be doing? What is that about? Is that a reference like the first thing he said to me? Because I think it was just like, I'm your only friend in this town, no-ha! And that's it. What do you make your only friends do, sir?
I like you. You're not a fool. Want to know what you're getting into? Well, I think big, but I'm smart enough to start small. I need a person who can do both. I want you to...
No, I can only do big. Sorry, buddy.
Something that rightfully belongs to me.
I don't want to work for you, but I'm a completionist. I want to at least know what it is. Maybe I can double up a little bit. I love playing the double agent and then making the choice just right at the end after I've gathered all the information possible about from both fucking parties and everything. So I can really weigh up my decision. Fine. I'll work for you, but there's no guarantee I'll complete it.
There's a man named Adolf Scoria, patriarch of the most prominent mining family in Apotir. Months ago, I bought his family mine. It wasn't
And
cheap.
that explains
Adolf
everything.
refused to surrender the property. In fact, he's gone into hiding and won't meet with me. I need you to acquire what is legally mine. The deed to his claim. Modus Mining stored all the records in its old headquarters east of the village. But the building has long since been overrun. Get that deed, and we're in business.
Modus Mining headquarters been added to the map. I think I already know about that, no? Or am I just thinking of the mine that is now currently fucking functioning? Even though that there is clearly some kind of, I don't know, fucking dragon living in there, judging by the sounds that were coming out of it, I still need to go back there before I forget that that exists. Because it was absolutely terrifying for the 5 minutes I bothered spending there. Not even that, for like the 2 seconds that I could bear to stand there without shitting myself.
Liars,
Scoria.
thieves, and scum. Let's hope they never take control of Apotir.
So you seem to hate the Scoria more than you hate any of the other families, except maybe the Zongars. Yet you've instructed everyone to focus the other ones? I guess is maybe a peace offering with the dude who's taking away all of your lovely, lovely money. But it also explains why you've been cracking down on the other families the entire time. I don't know why you're now not just switching? That's definitely a word. It's a disgusting sounding word. Switching to the, switching exclusively to Scoria now and ignoring the other fucking families. Because it's clear you don't actually care about the lawlessness if you're ignoring what the fuck they've been up to. Tell me about yourself,
My
Eswin.
given name is Eswin Elfhelm, but people around here call me Mayor Eswin. They're simple people. That's why I like them. I grew up in the Almain city of Myria.
You clearly don't.
I'd never worked a full day in my life. I'm certainly making up for it now. I sleep 1-2 hours a night.
Ah, explains why you're such an unforgivable dick then. Myria.
A lifetime ago, it seems. The port was nice. The smell of fish near the harbor was offensive. You'd have a
Now
hard
all you
time
have to deal
finding
with is the
anything that
constant smell of
resembles Myria here
corpse.
in Detir.
What is Myria? Because I don't know if I've only heard about that from you, but it's sticking in my mind as if something I've been told about a hell of a lot, or at least a few times. But I've never seen it on the map or anything like that. Obviously, it's not one of the cities in the west, but is it something I'll be finding over in the east? Doesn't sound like it. I don't think there's a whole lot of Almain living in the Winter Feylands, right? Is this worth a Google? Probably not. Maybe it's just from a completely distant land that has nothing to do with the Fey, but then why the hell would you ever consider coming over here, you psychopath?
There are
Apotir.
4 mining families. The Dokkalfar, the Sinriks, Zongars, and the Scorias. When the gnomes departed, so did the jobs. There was nothing for the miners left behind. Starvation, desperation, well, they change people. Most of the miners...
I mean,
in
you could
Apotir
maybe
kept their
fucking
sanity,
farm.
even when they lost everything else. But the others, they turned
Mining isn't the
banditry.
only fucking job here, surely.
Theft, kidnapping, murder. You'd best stick close to Whitestone. You're an easy target.
Every town needs farming. Every town needs merchants. Every town needs builders. Every town needs, like, maintenance people. Every town needs guards. There are a lot of jobs. You weren't that desperate. You just sort of chose the easy way out. Not you necessarily. Oh my god, am I siding with the mayor? Like, obviously it's shitty what happened. But there were ways out of this. Yet everyone's acting as if this was inevitable. I've seen towns in much worse fucking shape than this, with much bigger atrocities happening to them. It's not like everyone becomes complete scum out of nowhere. Adath.
Obstacle in the way of progress. The old man still believes that Apotir could come back from its decline by force of will. Typical of a miner. Keeps digging away.
I mean, you clearly believe the exact same... Sorry about the yawn there. I'm not completely bored of this, man, I promise. I'm just a disaster when it comes to insomnia. Typical of a miner keeps digging away. You clearly hold the exact same beliefs because you've funded his entire operation. What are you trying to dig to? Trying to get some of the same ore that the gnomes got rich on? I guess I can't fault the idea, but there's a reason they ran away. Where is the
Probably
deed?
a relic of a building that was once Motus headquarters. Now a haven for thugs and criminals.
My
Near the
favorite
cemetery
kind
to
of
the
boys.
east.
Alright, well I'm leaving forever and I'm gonna hang out with my lovely, lovely traveler friends. And it has been so damn long. Wait, where does this lead to? And what the fuck is that? Oh, that's the mining headquarters? Please tell me it goes... What? Why would you tell me I'm over here if it only goes to your villa? And why is the music so utterly terrifying? I know it's a cave and everything, but it should be a perfectly safe cave. Unless the mayor has to murder his way through the entire army of the fucking underworld every time he wants to go home. Which I kinda just ever so slightly doubt. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, it's not purely 90 degrees, but it ain't fucking far away. Oh, I'm a god. Missing keys.